Hi guys, I hope you had a great weekend. Here's your weekly video to explain all of the lessons that we will be working on this week. You'll notice that when you look at your plans for the next couple of days, you can still see the lessons from last week. That's because you have a little bit more time to finish these. I know last week was a little bit crazy learning how to use all of these online tools. You had a lot going on in your other classes, I'm sure. So I don't want online learning to be stressful. I want it to be as engaging and fun as you guys think Gifted is. So if you scroll down past those plans, you'll see the plans for this week. Maybe, where are they? Show more. So you'll have to go to show more to see them. You can also see them in the plan section. One new thing, we're doing a couple new things this week actually, but one new thing is that we're going to have a virtual meeting every morning at 11 o'clock. You can follow this link to join the meeting. Make sure you're only going at our official meeting time, which is 11 to 11:20, because I have other classes that are going to be hopping on there as well. If you don't have a camera on your computer, you can actually call in on your phone and just have the audio of that. But I really hope that you guys can come at 11 so I can see your faces and we can talk about things. It'll be a time for you to ask questions, for us to see each other, really similar to what we do in class. All right, so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is the protected time you have to work on your timeline project, or if there was something else from your assignments that you were not able to complete last week. Even though, and you'll see in a minute, that we're going to start using Google Classrooms for your assignments on Thursday, for the timeline project, you're going to continue to turn it in the same way. I've gotten most of the projects from you guys, and so it's easier just to keep doing it this way. But all future assignments will be turned in using Google Classrooms. If you're finished and you want to do an optional extension activity, so if you've turned in your timeline and you want to continue working a little bit for Gifted, I would love to see you guys present your project virtually. So you can use this free Chrome extension called Screencastify. I've heard that it's running a little bit slowly, so you may want to kind of do this as early as possible to give it time to process. Like this is the thing that Ms. Crocker is using to do the morning news, I believe. And she mentioned that it was taking like a day. Hopefully they're working on that. It might be better this week. So you can actually click here. It's a whole tutorial on how to use it, how to share it, all things like that. Even though we're using Google Classrooms, share any videos that you create by copying the link and you'll put it in the comments section under the plans. That way we can all see it and leave positive feedback. I want you guys to think about It's Learning as kind of like the overview of everything that we're doing. And then Google Classrooms is where you're going to see your work and turn it in. So it's kind of like Google Classrooms is like has all the copies of the work that you're going to be doing. And it's like when I assign you something, it's like I'm handing you the paper. And then when you turn it in, it's like you handing it back to me. And I'm going to show you Google Classrooms in just a moment. All right, so on Thursday, I wanted to keep it kind of simple. So we are going to be starting to fill out our WordMasters chart on Google Classrooms. You can use, there's a cheat sheet of how to do all kinds of things in Google Classrooms. I'm learning with you guys, but if you have any like questions or comments, I want you to check out the cheat sheet first because you can see it. It has like pictures and stuff. But if you're still having trouble, then you can absolutely reach out to me. So what you're going to do is look up 8 to 9 words on list 3. You'll be adding it to the list just like we've done in class together. So I'm going to show you the assignment in Google Classrooms in just a minute. You're going to right click on each word and then click define and then fill in the information. So we've done this for lists 1 and 2 as well. I can see your progress while you're working on this, but you might notice that the due date is not until April. That's because we're going to be working on it in chunks. So for Thursday, you're just doing 8 to 9 words. You're not going to turn it in. And then when we finish all 25 words, then you'll turn it in and have it. We will be doing the WordMasters test at some point in May. So don't worry about that right now. We're just practicing learning these new words. And then on Friday, we're going to keep using Google Classrooms. And there's an assignment titled Nursing Home Letters. And I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to see what you guys do. So you're going to be writing a letter to someone that lives in a nursing home, but there's a fun little twist you're going to be using as many words from the Wordmasters list as possible. Here's the Wordmasters S'more. It's also linked in the resources section and it's linked on Google Classrooms. You can see all the past words, and then you can kind of decide which words make sense to go in a letter. Now, the key is they really have to make sense. So you're not just saying, like, I'm learning about Wordmasters. Here's all my words that I've been learning. Yeah, no. But I do want you to get really creative. Think about what a person that's in a nursing home would want to hear right now, because they're not able to have people come visit them. They're not able to see their family or their friends. Sometimes they're not allowed to go out of their rooms just to keep them extra safe. So I'm sure they would absolutely love to hear things about your life. You know, you could talk about what virtual learning has been like for you. You can include inspiring quotes, jokes, fun facts. You know, think about, like, you could share our daily riddle with them. You can choose to type a letter on a document, or if you want to get crafty with it and make a homemade one, your family would have to figure out how to deliver that, but you can just take a picture of it and put the picture on the Google Doc in Google Classrooms so I can see what you've done. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But if you turn it in on Google Classrooms, like it wasn't a paper card with like decorations and stuff, I will print it and deliver them in a big envelope. You'll also notice that there is a quick guide to Google Classrooms down here. So if you have any questions, oh, I didn't mean to click on that. That's okay. So I know it was linked above, but it's also linked here. And I think that it's really helpful. Also heard some of you guys already use it, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's talk about how we get into Google Classroom. So I have already added all of you guys. So if you go to ClassLink and you click on Google Classrooms, it should bring you right to it. I also added myself as a student so that I could see. So here's what you guys would see when you get logged in. So there's the stream, which is up here, which is kind of like the announcements section of It's Learning. You'll notice that all of this stuff that's on here is the same that's on It's Learning. This is just the place where you get your assignments, like the physical, well, it's virtual, but like the paper that I would be handing you, and then this is where you turn them in. Okay, so again, here's the quick guide to Google Classrooms right at the top. This talks about our virtual meeting, and then you'll see your 2 assignments for this week. You'll notice the timeline project and everything is not even mentioned here because we're turning that in kind of the old way that we were using last week. Okay, so Wordmasters list 3. So you'll be adding to the chart just like we did in class. You're doing this on Thursday. You'll notice, like I talked about, the due date is not until April. That's to have all 25 done. You'll see that it says assigned. So you are actually you go to your classwork and you can see the 2 assignments that you have. So for Thursday, you click on the Wordmasters list, you view the assignment, and it'll talk about, you know, when you're ready to turn it in, it'll give you little clues. So here's your work on this side. So if you click on that, it's your own copy. So you guys don't have to go to file and make a copy anymore. I think that's going to be super, super helpful. And like I said, I can see all of your work, which is pretty cool, just like while you're working on it. So it's just like you made a copy and you shared it with me, but it's a streamlined process. All right, so we have your first word here. So I'm right-clicking on my mouse and I'm hitting define, just like we did before. So you would type noun, synonym, it's not really a synonym. Let's talk about the definition before we can do this. And it says, so I would say like a small group of few families. So a synonym would be like a, maybe, gosh, I don't know. Antonym would be like a crowd, maybe. I'll have to think about synonym. Okay. Then you see your assignment for your nursing home letter. So here's the resources of the Wordmasters page where you can find all of the lists and links and all that kind of stuff. And then you can view your assignment here. So here you can talk with me like specifically about your project, you're also, I really want you guys to be messaging me on It's Learning just so I see it really easily. But if you have like really specific comments, it can kind of help you point me to where you have a question. And then when you're finished with your letter, you can turn it in. You'll notice, so here is the template like we just clicked on, and it's really just a blank document with the directions, and you can erase the directions up here. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Please keep reaching out to me if you have any questions about anything at all. I can't wait for us to dive into Google Classrooms and get to learn about it a little bit better. I think that you guys are really going to enjoy it. So hopefully I'll see you at the morning meeting at 11 o'clock. Bye, guys.